Hey there, my name is Aaron Hughes and I'm the real estate investing copywriter. And in this video, I want to share with you some best practices that I've developed over the years to build an FAQ page, a frequently asked question page that I think you should put on your website. It doesn't matter who you're working with, motivated sellers, cash buyers, investors for your fund. If you're hard money lender, maybe you need one for borrowers, whoever you happen to be doing deals with, I recommend you use an FAQ page. And I'm going to share in this video some best practices to make sure that you create the very best FAQ page possible. So in my experience, a lot of investors don't even bother creating an FAQ page. And when they do, it's usually an afterthought. And they'll just throw a couple questions on there that they think people might ask. But in my experience, I think FAQ pages are powerful sales pages, because they have a lot of credibility. They have a low barrier to entry. People understand what they're getting when they get to that page, and their guard is down. When you go to a landing page, you see it looks like sales copy, your guard is up because you're like, okay, what's this person going to sell me? But when you go to an FAQ page, your guard is down a little bit. You feel that you're in control, seeking the answers that you want, and that this is a helpful resource page to help you get those answers. So it can be a great way to subtly sell people who are on your site looking for information. So there's some great reasons to have FAQ pages. And now it just comes down to what FAQs should you put on your FAQ pages. So let me give you 3 types of FAQs that you should put on your pages. And I even recommend them in this specific order. And when you put these on there, you're going to get a lot of people coming to your page, looking at them, and it's actually going to help to set the stage and even sell them without needing to go to your landing page. Or if they go from your landing page to your FAQ page, they'll be more likely to go back to your landing page and take action. So I like 3 types of FAQs. The first batch of FAQs, the first FAQs on your list should be questions in which you take the main benefits you offer someone and reverse them into a question. So an example would be if you work with motivated sellers and you offer, say, a cash offer in 7 days or less, then you might have 2 FAQs out of that. One might be, do you give cash offers? And then another one might be, how quickly do you give cash offers? Right? So that gives you a way to do like 2 questions around 1 benefit, but list all the benefits that you offer and create a question or 2 around each one. Just reverse out that benefit into a question, and there are some FAQs. So that's the first batch, are basically, let's call them like reversed benefit FAQs. The second batch of FAQs are questions that you get maybe during a sale, during your interaction with someone, but questions that are often sticky points for your prospective client, or for the motivated seller, or the investor, or the borrower, whoever you happen to be working with. The questions that they are almost willing to walk away from the deal because they don't know the answer to. So I'll give you an example with motivated sellers. One question that one issue that you might face when you work with motivated sellers is, why should I accept a lower offer from you if I can put my house on the market and get a higher offer through a real estate agent? And so, you can take that problem, that challenge, that issue or rebuttal that they might have in there, or that objection they might have in their mind, and turn it into a question in your FAQs. So the first FAQ is your benefit reversals. The second one are let's call them objections, issues, challenges, questions that people have in the sales funnel that might trip them up. And then the third FAQs are, let's call them real FAQs that you get asked over and over again that you just don't want to answer anymore. So you can give people a link to. A good example is if you work with cash buyers, and someone's always asking you, send me your wire information so I know where to wire the funds for this property. Turn that into an FAQ and put it on your FAQ page. Now, there may be situations where you don't want to have all of those questions on one FAQ page. You may actually want to consider breaking up 3 FAQ pages depending on who you're interacting with and why and where they're coming from. So you may have one FAQ page that really is your benefit reversal FAQs, and you put those on your website. And you may have your FAQ page. It's all about, let's say, sales objections. And you don't have to put that as a main page on your website, but you might consider burying that as a hidden page in your website and sharing the link as a bonus resource FAQ when you're talking to someone. And then finally, you may want like a deal type of FAQ or kind of your standard FAQs. They don't probably need to be as a main page on your site. They might also be buried that your team can link to when they're answering a question for someone, when a cash buyer wants to know where to wire the money. So you can see here, FAQs are a hidden opportunity for you to sell and resell with the people you're dealing with. They are a really great and overlooked tool, and I recommend that you use FAQs on your site. And I've given you three types of FAQs that I really like and I recommend you use. One more thing while I'm thinking of it, I should have mentioned it earlier and forgot, is that when you're doing your benefit FAQs, the reversal benefit ones where you take a benefit and restate it as an FAQ, just make sure that you have a link that points them back to your landing page or even gives them an option to move forward in the sales funnel, depending on how your sales funnel is structured. So you don't want to make people do a lot of work to kind of go back and now that their question's answered, they have to go back and handle the, deal with whatever the action is. You want to make that real easy on them. So if you have an FAQ with a benefit, try to put in, the next step to get them moving forward. The next step might be a link back to your landing page, but it might be like the opportunity right there to take action, to click the button and call you or whatever your sales funnel is. So I hope this is helpful. Just a couple of FAQ best practices. I recommend you use an FAQ page and build it in the way I've suggested. It will help you convince more people to do more deals with you. My name is Aaron Hughes. I'm the real estate investing copywriter. And if you want more tips and tools and strategies and best practices that I've developed over the years to help you do more deals with more motivated sellers and cash buyers, just head over to realestateinvestingcopywriter.com.